Welcome back to RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2019, brought to you by Chemical Warfare. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is our Arnold Classic Physique overall champion there, George Peterson, good friend to the show. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me, Dave. Always a pleasure to be here. It feels like it was just yesterday we were doing this for the Olympia and the Arnold,
Time flies, man. And you did the Arnold early in the year. You won that. We talked about, we dissected the minutia of that show to the nth degree, and now you got a nice little break. Obviously, you're getting ready for the Olympia now in a couple weeks. You have to be considered one of the favorites going in there. Of course, you got, Breon Ansley, who's been in there 2 years now, which makes it always tough to knock off. But you've been third 2 years in a row. You're the Arnold Classic champ. You got to have some momentum going in there. Is this going to be the year of the bull?
Oh, 100%. I believe 100% in my heart and in my mind that this is going to be the year of the bull. No matter what, every show that we did up to this, the Olympias, the Arnold that we just won, I all see them as learning experiences. So what you're going to see at this Olympia is going to blow everything you saw in the past away.
Well, George, what could you possibly do better than what you've done? Because, you're in great shape. You got a ton of muscle. You have to make a weight class, so it's not like you can gain 10 pounds of muscle. What have you done over this last 6 months that's going to make us say, wow, he's that much better?
Well, believe it or not, even though I had a relatively short off season, in between the Arnold and getting ready for this Olympia, I was still able to put on a decent amount of quality muscle still. So that quality muscle is going to display itself on that stage, even after making weight, and then bring yourself, back to life after making weight and hitting the stage. It's gonna translate on stage, and then when you see that, I'm gonna look like a totally different person. I feel like that's gonna take me to the promised land.
Yeah, you're not that far. What are you, about 8 or 9 pounds off your weight right now?
Yeah, about 8 or 9. Yeah.
That's very reasonable. Most of these guys are way over that, I think.
Right. The key is always to, come down slow, because you don't want to get down too early either, but you don't want to, be too high when you have to make weight very soon, because then you have to do something dramatic, and that could ruin the physique. So, me and Justin, my coach Justin Miller, we always make a plan to try to lose maybe like possibly 1 to 2 pounds a week, come down slow, and, and depending on my condition, I'm usually ready early. So, and the advantage of being ready early is you can have a good amount of refeeds, going into the show. So you can kind of grow into the show in a way, So I feel like that's kind of the key,
What is the day of the weigh-in now at the Olympia?
I believe it's the Thursday of that week.
And you are on stage what time and what day?
From what I'm hearing, it used to be when we were on stage Friday. But what I'm hearing, it's going to be Saturday morning and then Saturday night for the finals.
So that's much better for you because it gives you more time to carb up, obviously.
Much better. But this is also the thing, though. It could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing because, with that extra time, it also gives you more room to possibly spill over if you try to carb up too much.
Right.
So we have to, I know me and Justin, we're going to handle our business. I already know the way Justin is. He's going to be looking at me every hour on the hour. Yeah. And, we're going to make adjustments accordingly to how my body's responding,
What I think it enables you to do, and I think this is the mistake you're talking about that people make, people think you can eat more because you have more time. That's not what you need to do. The time factor enables you to rehydrate properly. That's where the benefit is, because when the fluid can now enter the muscle and re-equilibrate itself into the right compartments, that's what makes you look better. You don't really need to eat any more than you were eating. You probably could eat 2 carb meals and you're carved up. I know the kind of physique you have. It's the getting the fluid back to the right places that I think that is the benefit of having those extra, that extra day there.
100%. Like you said, fluid and also sodium,
Yeah. People don't realize that. They continue to dehydrate themselves, after they make weight, and they actually look worse, but they think that if they eat more, it's going to fill the muscle out. If you don't drink and you don't and put the electrolytes back in, the muscles will never fill out. They'll fill out a week later, after you're done with the show, and that's not what you want, obviously. So there's a science,
It sure is, and I'm also, learning as I go. Justin's, learning it. Justin pretty much knows my body. I mean, me and Justin have worked together for 3 years straight now. So, Justin has a good idea of my body, but I'm also learning as I go. But I'm very excited about the extra time, because I feel like, okay, now is the real chance, for me to hit that Olympia stage at my absolute best, so people can really see what I can do,
Now, some people might say that it's unfair because if you weigh in on Thursday, but you're competing on Saturday, it gives the guys that are bigger an advantage because now you have time to fill out and you could be 10 pounds overweight ostensibly on stage. Do you agree with that or disagree with that statement?
I kind of disagree with it. I disagree with it because, it's just me. Maybe it's, the warrior mentality in me or whatever, but I just feel like no matter how much, actually bigger a guy may be compared to me, I just see myself stepping on that stage so, incredibly peeled and full enough where I'll be able to, go blow for blow for anybody, no matter how big they are.
But George, you're the biggest guy on stage, so that's coming from you. That doesn't really hold that much weight.
Hey, but look, we've had. Look at back in the day. We've had guys like a Sean Ray go blow for blow with a guy like Dorian Yates. Of course, Dorian Yates came out the victor, but Sean, was holding his own. So you can have a smaller guy go up against a bigger guy and still be able to do something.
Right. Now you have you guys have been putting together almost a documentary training series leading up to the Olympia. That's going to be 4 parts. The first part is already out. I watched it. It was really good. Or at least I watched it. I think the preview Justin sent me. What did he send me?
It was a trailer. I believe you saw the trailer.
The trailer.
So yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about that and what it's about.
Well, yeah, we're basically documenting, the road to the Olympia, but we didn't want to call it the road to the Olympia because everybody uses that,
Right.
So the name of this series is The Bull, The Best Is Yet to Come, and it's going to be a 4-episode series. And then after we do this 4-episode series, we're also going to have one big documentary done, because, we want to, document this experience. The one thing that I didn't do for the previous Olympians, and I didn't really feel like I documented it the way I should have, because these are moments in life that you don't get back. You want to be able to look back at these moments. So I'm doing so we have that going, and it's basically kind of day in the life stuff. It's not just about eating and training. You're gonna be learning about George the man, like my job, and just my family, who I am, because I feel like that's what the viewers really are interested in seeing, the person behind the sport.
Reality TV, basically, yeah.
Exactly. So we got that going, and it's also a good way for me to because I'm starting to get more pumping on my YouTube channel. So it's going to be on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is George Peterson, simple. And, you can just follow it on there. Subscribe if you guys haven't, because these episodes are great. And they're being filmed and shot by Ricky Latz is his name. His Instagram name is New England Muscle Media, and he's a great videographer.
Yeah. Justin was telling me some of the good stuff he's been doing, and I looked at it, and it is impressive. He's got some talent for sure. Now, putting that up on your YouTube channel, some people would sell that. Is that something you just want to give it away? Is because you want people to be able to see it and have access to it?
Yeah, right now I'm just going to be giving it away. I just want people to see it, have access to it. I'm not going to charge anybody, for that. In the future, later on, maybe I'll start doing that for maybe training type of YouTube videos and stuff like that. But for this, I just want people to enjoy the journey with me. I don't want to I don't want to charge anybody to watch this. I want the people to watch it and enjoy it.
Right. Well, I think it's a great idea. I think, I wish when I was competing back in the day that they had, we had access to the video guys who can do stuff like this on a daily basis. I filmed a training video in 1997. It took us about 4 months to do the thing, and it was like a nightmare, filming and angles and lights. Nowadays, you pull out your phone, virtually film it on your iPhone if you really wanted to, and it would still come out good. So you guys have the advantage of being able to document everything you're doing, and that's like you said. In 20 years from now, it doesn't seem significant now, but in 20 years when you look back, you're going to be like, holy mackerel, I can't believe I look like that,
Absolutely, 100%. And it also means a lot, when people send me they'll tag me in their Instagram stories, showing me that they're watching the series, like
Right.
while they're on the treadmill or while they're cooking, and they're telling me it's motivating them. That is a very fulfilling moment there too. So I want to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Sure. So is everything going according to plan now?
Everything is right on point. Every time Justin looks at me, he says I'm getting better and better. I mean, he says it's the best I've looked, at 4.5 weeks out, and I agree. Definitely the most muscle I've had. I haven't looked like this in 4.5 weeks out from a show ever. So we're just gonna keep this trend going, and I feel like if we do that, then we can come back home with that Olympia title. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. I know it's gonna be a battle, but I feel like we can be the last man standing.
Last question. Why does George Peterson beat Breon Ansley at the Olympia?
George Peterson is going to beat Breon Ansley because George Peterson is going to show something that the world has not seen from George Peterson before. I mean, I think the world believes that they've already seen the best from George Peterson, and that's just not correct. So far the best George Peterson the world has seen has been that one that won the Arnold Classic. But the one that you're going to see at this 19 Olympia is going to completely destroy that Arnold Classic George Peterson. And basically the key to getting that victory over Breon is to just beat him in every aspect, and that's posing, presentation, and just everything about the physique. We just have to put it all together, and I feel like that's going to lead me to the promised land.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? I think the best George Peterson we've seen is probably the stuff that you guys post from the gym when you're all carved up and you're all hydrated. If we can get that George Peterson on stage, I don't think anyone's got a chance, to be honest with you.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
If they raise the, I don't want them to raise the weight class because I think it's a mistake. But if they actually raise the weight class 5 pounds, I think everyone would be in big trouble from you. That's for sure.
I mean, that would be awesome. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, it's probably gonna inevitably happen because if you want the guys to keep progressing, then you gotta have to give them, I guess, a little bit of more room. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, George, best of luck with the rest of the prep. Best of luck in Vegas. Hopefully this will be your year. I've been following you since day one, since Justin took over there, and you guys have done a great job.
Thank you, Dave. Really appreciate all your support, man. Thank you.
All right. And guys, make sure you check out George's YouTube channel. It's The Bull. The best is yet to come. Part 1 is up, and there's 3 more parts coming. And I think it's going to be a great series. I saw the trail. Like I said, I was looking forward to watching it. I'm going to go watch part 1 in all my free time I have at some point. I don't watch anything. I listen to everything. I have to plug it into my ears, and I don't have time to actually visually look at anything. I have to listen to everything. But you guys did a good job with it, and I think it's going to be very popular.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. You're a busy man, man. Don't even worry about it. Whenever you have the time, listen to it, but you're a busy man. I understand.
All right, guys. And that's going to take us to the end of another episode of RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2019, brought to you by Chemical Warfare. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time. Thanks, George.
Oh, thank you, Dave.